Whoa, that was loud. I realized my speaker was on so loud. Hi, I'm Analisa. Welcome, Pisces, to your February 2025 horoscope. This is for sun and rising placements, so make sure you watch both. And if I look tired, it is because I am. It's 10:49 p.m. I'm just trying to get these videos done before I leave town next week. So much to do, so much to do. And Pisces, since I do all the videos in order, you're always last. And I like breaking the videos up over a series of days. That way, like when I get to Pisces, I'm not so tired. But today, the way I did it was half and half. So I did like half the videos over 2 days, and then I did the other half all today. So I apologize in advance. I'm tired. I'm so tired. But happy birthday. We're almost in Pisces season, the middle of the month of February. We're going to be celebrating you. So it's very exciting. Let's talk about Aquarius season, though. We start out February every single year in Aquarius season, which is the fixed air sign of the zodiac. And where Aquarius sits in the Pisces horoscope is the 12th house, which is the house that you traditionally rule. So it's kind of like we have the sandwich of Aquarius and Piscean energy happening in a horoscope chart. So right now, the Sun and Mercury and Pluto and Ceres are in Aquarius starting out the month of February. And, the thing about the 12th house that, Pisces knows all too well is that it's the house that represents our connection to our subconscious. And also, it's like the seat of the soul house. So if you're a Pisces dominant, which I have my moon in Pisces, so I'm definitely on the Pisces train, we are very connected to this idea that there is some kind of other existence out there in terms of spirituality, consciousness. We feel like the soul returns somewhere, even if we have different belief systems about what that is. Maybe we don't believe in heaven and hell. Maybe we don't believe in God. Maybe we don't believe in, so like a dogmatic structure per se, but we feel very much that our essence, our spiritual essence or energy is a part of something bigger than ourselves. And the 12th house has a lot to do with that feeling. It's where we experience kind of like an existential curiosity, whether that's a dread or an excitement. We can also be more drawn to, things that, are kind of tied to spirituality, like transcendental meditation, drugs, or alcohol that get us out of our mundane reality. So we have to be really mindful when we've got stuff passing through the 12th house because if we're sober and we don't want to relapse, like kind of some of these energies can bring up more of that with us. Um, Pisces is also a sign that's really focused on servitude and wanting to be there for others. It's very compassionate, very empathic, very intuitive and psychic. And then Aquarius is also really social justice oriented and community oriented. So having the sandwich of Pisces and Aquarius energy with all this 12th house kind of emphasis, if you're feeling a lot of empathy for people going through stuff right now, whether it's, like Los Angeles fires or, stuff happening in Gaza or, animals, at a shelter, like whatever it is that you feel passionate about in that way, you might feel an elevated sense of empathy, hurt, wanting to connect to community. So it is really positive for you to focus on things that make you feel connected to spirituality and community during this time. Um, we also start out February with Venus finishing up her stint in Pisces until March. March, Venus will enter Pisces during the retrograde again. So Venus entered Pisces in January, and Venus, in Pisces means that she's been passing through the first house of the horoscope. And this is the house that represents our connection to our identity, ourselves, our personal relationship to self. And when Venus is passing through the first house, this is a really positive time to focus on self love, healing any negative narratives that you might have that are preventing you from full self acceptance or self love. Also, healing any kind of past, traumas or insecurities. Like this is a time to really pour into your own cup. I think of the Ace of Cups in the tarot, where the Mother Peace image is like this woman, kind of jumping into the cup of water and the cup is running over and all this stuff. And, it's the gift of emotional fulfillment and self-love and self-care. And Venus passing through Pisces really reinforces that. But on the 4th, Venus enters Aries and moves into your house of money, which is actually really positive. Whenever Venus is passing through the house of finances, She's there to bless it. And in Aries, like this is you taking control over your money, over your finances. What are your values around it? How are you using it? How are you managing it? And really making it work for you. So Venus is going to be in this area of the horoscope for all of February. Venus does station retrograde on March 2nd. So you really need to be mindful with how you're using your money because there could be some financial stress that happens in March during this retrograde. So that's something to think about. Whatever spending or financial stuff that you're doing in February, make sure that you're not doing anything that kind of sets yourself up for failure come March, because you might be in a reflect review process of being like, ooh, I need to be more serious about my finances in this other way. So that's a potential. Around the same time that this is, the Venus is entering Aries, we have Jupiter stationing direct in Gemini. So the area that hits for the horoscope is your fourth house, which is the house of home and family. Now, Jupiter passing through the fourth house is positive. It's a blessing when we have Jupiter passing through this area of the chart, but it pushes us to need to grow and evolve in ways that maybe are a little uncomfortable. This could be around ideas, perspectives, actual physical location. We might have things coming up in family dynamics that are forcing us to grow or analyze a situation or think outside the box. This also is true about home life. So, your current place where you're living, you might be in a place of, you've been reassessing, analyzing things. I don't know what my hair is doing. It's driving me crazy. But Jupiter stationing direct, wherever we've been kind of feeling stagnant, there's going to be some forward motion. Now, Jupiter is not trying to keep us in a comfort zone. It's pushing us to grow and evolve and expand. You've already had this energy happening from a lot of last year, and it's happening for the first half of this year, but the direct at least helps you gain some momentum in terms of a direction. So that's positive. On February 12th, we're going to have our full moon in Leo, and that's happening at 24 degrees of Leo. And this is hitting in the area of the horoscope that has to do with your health, your daily routine, and also your work life and how you're of service. And full moons are a time to set intentions around what we want to manifest and call in, as well as what we want to release and let go. So, all those things, if you are focusing on your health, Leo rules the spine and the heart. So heart health and spine health is really important. So, focusing on setting intentions around good health in that way. Also, having more structure around your day and, the way that you structure your joy and all that kind of stuff is definitely a positive thing for you to set intentions towards during that full moon. After the full moon, the next big shift is Mercury is going to enter your sign. So it's going to leave Aquarius and enter Pisces and, enter that first house energy of identity. So you might really be in a reflection process around who you are to yourself. And that's happening for the rest of the month. And then on the 18th, the sun enters Pisces. So we're officially in your season. Happy birthday. You get a little oomph of energy, and you might feel very self-oriented. You might be like, it's my time to shine. It's my season. I'm going to lean into it. After that, the next shift that I'm going to talk about is Mars stationing direct. So we've had Mars retrograde since December. It moved into Cancer, and Mars was in Cancer previously before it entered Leo. And so what house this has been affecting for the Pisces horoscope is the house that has to do with your self-expression and creativity. And so when Mars is here, we feel a lot of action and drive towards, wanting to redefine how we create, how we put our energy forward in our creativity and self-expression. And when it's retrograde, there is a reflect, review, reassess process. It is an emotional process in the sign of Cancer. And direct motion doesn't necessarily mean we're not going to still experience some turbulence because it's Mars, but whatever kind of little incubation or bubble period we've been in with something creative, we might actually start to see a pathway. It might crack us open and we feel like we're moving forward more. Mars won't leave this area of the chart until mid-April. And so put your energy into your creative projects. So this is a really good time to kind of use that Piscean ability to channel and imagine different things and get that kind of, excitement like that we Pisces dominant people get. A lot of times, like when I'm sitting down to write a song or work on a song, I'll have an idea and I will sit and hammer away at this idea. And usually that doesn't always help me because I have this kind of box I'm trying to put it in. when I stop all of that, when I let go and I just listen, like, and I mean straight up, just get quiet and listen to what is coming down in the channel, a very Piscean way, all of a sudden, all these ideas flow into me. And it's like I've opened up this like portal into imagination and words and just whatever. And so Mars makes a trine to Pisces. You've got the Mercury Sun in Pisces. We've got Mars in Cancer, and it's in these creative kind of identity expressions. And it's very much positive for you to kind of just get out of your own way, open up to what wants to present itself to you, and be open to, the fantasy, the imagination, and kind of these new ideas taking form and channeling that into any creative projects that you have. That's really positive. After Mars stations direct, we're going to have a new moon in your sign of Pisces that happens on the 27th. This is happening in your identity house. And so, again, a really positive time to set intentions towards who you are. Like, if you have this big fantasy, this grandiose fantasy of who you want to be in this next chapter of your life, this is the time to get it on paper, make a vision board and say, this is the life that I'm trying to build for myself. And you're a Pisces, dream big, think about it. There's no limits in Pisces. Just put it all out there and see what happens, see where the chips lay. I mean, you can be realistic, but everybody's idea of what's realistic is different. So why limit yourself? There's no harm in dreaming big, even if you can't have it all right now. If there's a will, there's a way. That's very Mars. All right, I gotta get off here. You see, I'm like holding my eyes. I'm so tired. But happy birthday, Pisces. I am so grateful to be able to do the horoscope for you. And I will see you guys next month.